Hello everyone. So we are going to build a review application where the sorting picture is aligned at the center, and according to the click it should change the reviews, as well as we'll implement the random button which display the random reviews. And let me share you the screen, guys. Okay. Here the project directory, it's it is available in the GitHub in my link. Look, this review, and you'll also find the final in the sense complete project. But for better understanding, you work on the fresh project. Those things are already noted or uploaded here, so you have to work inside of those files. Just clone the repository and start working, and most of the things are already there, and you have to work with the few things. So before uh, uh, displaying those information in the front end, so you have to install, in the sense npm install, that you have to do for every project. Okay, so I have already done npm install and npm start later. So your project should look like this. Okay, look like this in the sense you have to write this information also. It will not available there, but I have already worked it previously. So you need to wrap the content inside the main. Inside the main you have section class name container, which is already defined in index.css. Container class having certain css properties, you can check it out in the index.css. And class name title, and I have already provided our review as a heading to, again div underline, in the sense this underline will come already written in the css file. And one more component, reviews. So this reviews I am embedding, in the sense this review need to display here. So I have worked in another component as review.js. And one more thing, you have the JSON format file, keys and values here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and those name, jobs, and image and text, they're written. Okay, this is the JSON file, so we have to display in the front end. Let's work on this component. So data is already imported. So first task is, what you have to do is constant. What will mention, we'll do what we have to index. Okay, let's write index, set index. Okay, equals to use state. We are using use state. Initial value, let's give it 0. So initial value of use state is 0. In the sense, what this means, initial index value, in the sense it is in 0, there will not be any value, in the sense, yeah, this one, 0, 1, 2, like this, that indexing, right? So that's what it's. So initially it will show 0. So based on the click, we'll change this index value. Okay, here, this value based on the clicks. Let's define another constant. Okay, let's destructure. Okay, what we have to destructure inside data. This data we have to destructure. This is defined as a people. So we'll destructure name, ID, name, job, image, text. So do we need ID? No, right now we don't need, but other thing, name, jobs, image, and text, we need it. So for that, you have to mention here what you will mention. Index, in the sense name, jobs, right? What is another thing? Image, come on, text. So people. Okay. What those information has destructured from this array: name, job, image, text. Okay, this we define as a people, but we do random. When user clicks on it, it will display 1, 2, 3, and we are giving passing the value 1. based on the user click. User might click 2, in the sense next to 3, like that. So for that we have to work with this index, whatever the index, because we are going to make index random, right? That's what we are passing as index. Okay, till here it is clear. That let me explain it to you again. This file provided to you, and you have app.js where reviews component called. So inside reviews component we have this structure, right? Is inside reviews component we have this structure index, set index as a heuristic. We are giving initial value as a 0, and from people we are extracting name, jobs, destructing image, text, and it is coming from people, and based on the index value will change. That's what we have done till here, and let's move on to the next thing. Okay, next we'll work with the big activities. Okay, return, we'll go to the return. Okay, return statements, let's give as a article. Okay, yes, right. Okay. Inside article, what you have to do inside article, let's give a CSS class for this article. Class name, what you will give in that class name? Class name you give it as a review. Review. Okay. Class name as review. Inside article, just give div container. Saying name img, right? Img container. Img container. Okay. Inside this div, give image. Okay. Just see what will give. We just give image, or we just keep adding. This is easy, right? We have done a previous project also. Okay, image, fine. Let's show it to you. Yes, you are getting image, but what might be the problem? Problem is that your CSS class, okay, problem with your CSS class name REPIEW review is okay, and constant name, jobs, image coming from people based on the random value like index, right? This is okay. Class name, div class img container, right? Am I right? img container, container, find image src, alt name, and let's keep class name here also. Okay, class name, what class name will you give here? It is already defined in the index.css. Okay, name, person, right? img. Okay, now check out. See, it's coming properly aligned, right? Because of the CSS, the project looks odd, right? So let's back. Now let's work on, let's provide one span tag. Okay, just keep class name. Class name, it is already defined in the CSS. What icon, just close it. We already, do you know what is this, guys? This is FA. This is coming from React icons./FA. How will you get those information? In the sense, you can go to React icon. If you go React icon, you need to install this one, npm install React command, React icon.save, and you import like this. In the sense, in another thing like game icon, there is this way of importing. Okay, you are downloading Devi cons, this way of importing /dir. Okay, only icon you can search from here also, no problem. Okay? And so many homes are right. And if you need this, just copy the code, it will come. Okay, thank you so much for this information. Now you have done image is over, then span class name, code icon. Okay, and then what you have to do in the sense code icon. Now FA, let me semicon right, it's a right. It's what this will do, this will show these things. Okay, right, but we don't need this one, we need FA QUOT code right. Okay, that is the perfect match. Okay, yeah, see guys, it's code right, looks pretty good. The CSS is there, that's why it's coming like this. Okay, fine. Okay, now this part is over, and let's about the article. And about the article, just S4 tag and S4 name, just keep name. Okay, as for here, just mention his last name as AUT author. Okay, what happened if I do that? See, the name is appearing below the image. That's what this S4 class author name does. Okay, another p tag. There is so much of information. Do you know? All information we are getting through this data. We have done name. We need to do with job and text also. Okay, so let's do the jobs also. So let's provide class name jobs. Okay, class name job. Sorry, class name job, and go with job. So what will happen if we do this? Since job is not defined, right? Job is not defined. In the sense there is no job inside of this data. There is job. So it's a pretty mistake. Okay, job. That should appear. Yes. Job as a web developer. And what other thing we have to display? Do you know that? We have to display the info in the sense text. P class name info. In the sense we have already provided the CSS inside of it. Just mention text. Do this, just refresh it. Yeah, whatever the things written or said by this person is inside of the text. Text is over. Now work on with previous this icon. Okay, previous and next random icon. Now this is over. Now that this looks is over, now we have to, when we click it, this should change. Another person should come, right? Only one is displayed here. Okay, now with click the data should change, should come, because first one this JSON file only loaded, right? Susan Smith, you can say Susan Smith. Okay, let's work on the further data. How will you work on the further data? Let's give class name. We need to class name. Yes, button and button give container, right? container, container, give container. Sorry, button container. Yes. Okay, fine. Button UNTAI and here container. That's a thing defined in index.css. If button class name is there, class name Prep button, P-R-E-P, prep button, on click, okay, on click, click, let's keep version, previous version, okay. That on click, this things is not defined right now. On click prep version function is not defined. We'll define later, okay. We'll define later, but before that, just provide have a chevron left, okay. Just copy the same thing, okay. Same thing, okay, button container, same thing, paste it here, prep, that's prep, and there is one more next button, okay. Prep, right, okay. So now define one more, but we'll do after the tip, will be better, okay. Class name button, random button, just call it random button, right? Random button, yeah, it is the good one, but will not define right now. On click will do at the last. Just define random button here. What will do? Surprise me. Will not write this things. We'll just write random. Okay, let's surprise me. Okay, surprise me. Okay. Now see, pre-person and pre-person is not defined. Pre-person, and here let's do next person. Write it as a next person. Okay. Those things will define where. You just tell me where will define those things. Do you know? You have to define here itself only. Here itself in the sense where in the top. In this place we have to define. Okay. Now let's define, guys. Let's define. First of all, let's define which one will work. Will work for next person first. Constant next is the data. It's the next person. We have to define, guys. Next person, error function is like this. This is called error function. Okay. Inside of it, what we'll do? Next person. When user click to the next person, right? This data will increment. In the sense set index. Set index should increment the value. For that, how will work on those things? Set index. Okay. Inside also we will write error function. Will be better. What error function will do? Error function will increment the value in the sense index plus 1, but keep just provide one variable, no, would be better. Okay, variable let which new index, okay, index plus 1 would be better. Do you think it's correct? Let index is arrow function, let new index equals to what? New index equals to index plus 1. Yeah, that's what we need. Now enter it, then return what you like new index. Okay. Define, guys. Okay, just the same thing for another thing. Constant prep pars person equals to arrow function. What will happen is set index inside index, same thing, but you have to decrement the value. That's all. Index -1. Okay. And return Okay, then index, that's what we have done here. Let's try guys, let's try. Okay, yeah, why next? Yeah, next person. Yes, preview. Yes, but there is one problem. Do you know what's the problem? When I click when it is finished, when the index reaches to the last index, right, that time it will show error, that there will not be any index. So in order to fix those things, we have what we have to do in the sense, we have to define another function which can return to the zeroth value when it reaches the index. Okay, do you understand? There is only 1 2 3 4 4 data, right? And when I click to the button next it will reach 4, and when it goes to 5 the data will not be there. That is why it's showing the error. Then what function we have to implement is that when the next goes to the fifth element, right, so this data revert back to the first element. Understand? Zeroth position. When we go to 5, so we'll check the length. If length is 4, always it will run in the length minus 1, something will do. Okay, let's fix that thing also. Let's fix it guys. Now we should work on the last problem. Constant check number function. Okay, error function check number. We have error function. Okay, keep passing some argument, some data. Okay, error function number, right? What is if, okay, number, okay, if number, what number is greater than whatever the number passed, right, by the, when you click the user 1 2 3, whatever the number passed, if number is greater than what, people dot length, people dot, we have people dot length. In the sense here you can see total 4, right? Yeah, that's a length. People dot length, number is greater than people dot length, then what to do? Number is greater than people dot length, then what to do? If that time just reduce by -1, they are telling just decrement the value by -1. Okay, now after that, just if it is going to the 4, if total 4, right? Yeah, this means total 4. If it is if user clicked to the fifth, it will go to negative number, in the sense return to this array they are telling. That's what this function means, and will return 0. Okay, return 0. That's what the thing we have to do. Okay, return 0. There one more thing we need to work on it. Okay, if number is what, less than 0, if number is less than 0, what will happen in that condition? We have to check. If number is less than 0, return what? Need to return people dot length people dot length -1. What happens if number less than 0? Also people dot length should come as a -1, right? People dot length, if number is less than 0, less than 0 means what? When user clicks on it, right, click on it, less than 0 also we are getting the error that earlier we know, right? In that time just minus the 1, that telling minus the number 1. Okay, at that time what to do? Okay, reduce by -1, reduce by -1, and return that telling return what? Return number itself, return. If nothing happens, in the sense return the number they are telling. Okay, if nothing happens, both condition we got an error, right, previously. When you do next, when it reaches to fifth element, we are getting the error. That will handle by this one. If number greater than people dot length -1, at that time return 0 that. If click previous button and we're reaching to 0th one less, right? That time -1, in the sense send it to the negative number. That's what it's telling. Okay, return number. Okay, shall we try it? No, before trying we have to implement that function check number. Check number. This you need to have function, then it only function will work. Check issue will be resolved. Okay, check number. Let's try. Now I'm refreshing. Okay, next. I am not getting error, right? Yes, we are not getting error. That's good. Thanks, guys. It's successfully done. Now we have to work on this. When I click surprise, it should pop up the random those string. Okay, now we'll work on that thing. Now let's go to the last step, and here on click, just on click, we have to on click. With random number, right? What we can call it as which function we can call random person, we can call it random person. Okay, now when I click surprise, it will generate random person. Oh, okay, those random person. Let's define at the top. Which place will be the better? Let me define it the last, right? Last. Here, above the return would be good. Above the return, yes. Above the return would be good. Okay, and below the previous person. Let's define constant random. You can call random person. Okay, let it return right. Random person equals to random person is there. Then what? Let random number dependent. Random number equals to what? That random number equals to math dot random. Okay, math dot random. Okay, math dot random. And that's, shall we try console log? Okay, let me console dot log random number. Okay, let's try whether it's working or not. Inspect. Okay, go to the console. Okay, here if you go and you click, see random number is generated. So our function is working. You have to look right, random number. What is my concern is I will do the random and do the multiplication because it will not come above the length, right? I want to do people dot length. Do the multiplication with people dot length, and you know what will happen here? If I give people dot length, it will come in 1. See, 0 to 1. It will not see 0, 1, 2, 3 only it will come here. See, so those are decimal fraction number, right? I don't need it. For that you have to floor. How will floor? Math dot floor, and you just wrap first element will work. Yeah, math dot floor people dot length. Now you supposed to give me only 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 numbers. Okay, yeah, look, coming in. Now still you have a problem. What problem? Providing me just 1, 2, 3, 2 also coming 2 times, 3 also coming 3 times. Okay, that makes like same when we click next also same data will display no here bill address and again this guy will come and no, when you surprise me function flip. So that should not happen. For that, what we'll do? For that, we need to do we need to eradicate that those things. For that, I would like to apply the if condition. So this is not required. Right now, if what random number equals to what index. Do you know guys what index to? Index in the sense upper index 1 2 3, that number. Random number double equals to index. There is 3 equals. Okay guys, don't remember index. If it is equal to index, it is telling what to do. Do random number equals to index. Do you understand the logic? Tell me, do you understand the logic or not? You need to tell me. What happened? Random number, whatever the random number is coming through this part, right? Those random number, if it is equal to index in the sense when you click 1 2 3 will go to the state here and change the data, right? 1 2 3 4 like this thing's name. If that is equal, you should add one number. One, it should increase with one number, even decrease also. But I prefer to increase the number. If we do that, that will eradicate or that will remove the those things. Okay. One more thing we should do. If that will happen, do these things, and if not, we have to give else also wrong. No. After that, set index. We have to set the index. Set index what? Check number. Set index check number equals to random number. Okay. We completed. Yeah, what we have done here, that index, set index, here index is there now. Set the index, check number. Where is check number? Okay, I have done here. See, applied set index here and given some was inside, but here we worked here and keep set index inside. Check number also requires random. Random number is a random person here. Random. This will resolve the problem. Okay, surprise me. Yeah, see, for giving a random number. See, surprise me. It's working. See the final project, right? It is working. That's what we would like to implement. If you drop the project full code and set up code in the GitHub, okay, it is provided by the free code camp. So I just revise the problem, whatever they provided through their learning management system as well as the YouTube's. So I've just remodified. It is not completely my invention, but it is somebody, but I'm practicing and again clarify the things. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Have a good day, guys. Bye bye.